In this video, we're going to show you how to remove and replace the clutch and brake pedal bracket on a Ford F-150. Open the hood, disconnect the negative terminal on the battery, 8mm or 5/16, wrench or socket. Make sure you set that aside. And the AC compressor is located on the bottom side of the driver's side of the engine. Now with a 3/8 ratchet or a cert belt tool, you're going to take the 3/8 piece and install it right in the top of that cert belt. Pull it clockwise, take the belt right off the AC pulley and out of the way. And then just let up on the tension. So I have the clutch master right here, and this is the electrical connector. I take a small screwdriver and I'm going to pop that ear out and pull down. Do the same to that side. Disconnect it. Straighten it out. Then I'm going to get a pair of needle nose and pop it off of the arm. I like to just take it like that and just give it a pop. Now that's cleared. Now we moved over to the brake pedal, and we're going to take the brake switch off. It's got this really funky lock clip. So I'm just grab a pair of needle nose and I'm going to try to pull it off. Just like that. Once that clip is out, I'm just going to go on the inside of this and try to pop it off that rod. Like that. There we go. Now take your hand and pull up. See if you can get that off. Just like that. And get that switch right out of the way. So now we're going to disconnect the clutch master from the firewall because those studs are actually part of that bracket. So with a 13mm socket, I got a little swivel one here with an extension and break that free. There's just two of them, top one and a bottom one. There's the nut. I'm going to put them up there so I don't lose them. I'll just get the same, do the same to the bottom. Put them both right where I can see them. Now, just take your clutch master, gently pull it out. So now with a 9/16 or 14mm socket, we're going to take the nuts off the side that go around the brake master. There are 4 mounting screws. I'm going to break them all free, and then I'll probably get my electric 3/8 gun, get in here. So now we're going to get the last 2 bolts. They're mounted on the very top, 10mm socket or 3/8. There's one, and then here's the last bolt. Now with a 13mm socket, I'm going to remove this little yoke that's located on the steering shaft because I want to make sure I can get this whole bracket out easily. Like I said, 13mm socket, let's break it free. So one bolt. Let's see if we can move that off. And we did. I'm going to try to avoid taking that whole one off. I'm just going to leave that on. Let's see if we can move this whole bracket down through this spot and go from there. So now I'm back under the hood. Well, that just let itself go for free. So this is the clutch master. I want to make sure that's out and out of the way because these brackets are going to be pulled out. So I'm going to grab my brake master and booster and try to do the same and at least get the adjustment rod up and out. Just like that. Now we can go back under the dash, and we're going to take the bracket out. All right, so I just grabbed it firmly with 2 hands, and I pulled the studs from the clutch master out of the firewall, and then it kind of just falls down. I'm sure I'm going to have to still manipulate a lot of wires, considering there's a lot of, looks like aftermarket stuff for wiring here. There we go. Pull that brake pedal up. So now we have to somehow manipulate it back up in there. Make sure this harness is clear out of the way. And there you go. Well, I'm going to instantly grab this short bolt here, holding onto the clutch pedal, and I'm going to see if I can start. Let's see if I can get the other one in there. Now I'm going to go out to the cab. I'm going to pull the brake booster through, and I'm going to start those 4 nuts and attach the clutch master. All right, now we're going to take our brake booster and master, and I'm going to put that rod right through there again, line up those 4 studs, push them through. I'm going to grab the clutch master, do the same. Now I'm going to start the 2 nuts out here on this. There we go. Let's see if we can get this to seat better. I'm going to go inside and check and see if the rod is actually hitting on anything. And it was. Look at that. Pull it right through. So I'm going to take that rod off because I have to put the switch on. But first I have to put this spacer on. You're going to take the rod and slide it on the pin part of that. Now you're going to take the black bushing and you're going to slide that on. Make sure it goes through the pedal like that. Now you're going to take the switch and you're going to have to pull that out just a smidge because you need to get that on the edge like that. There we go. Let's see if we can slide that through. And put all your 4 nuts on that brake booster. Start them by hand. Now I'm going to get my electric gun and snug them up. 14mm socket. So now we're going to torque that bracket, and it is 35 to 49 foot-pounds. Do that to all 4 nuts. The last 2 bolts are the ones on top, and it's the same torque, 35 to 49 foot-pounds. So now we're going to put the clip on. We have the white bushing on the outside there. Gotta get it over that lock. Look at that. Now that worked, I'm going to take my connector and connect it, just like this. Lock it in. Now I'm going to move on over to the clutch master. I'm just going to reattach my steering shaft. Grab that bolt, put that through. I put a little Loctite on the threads again. I'm going to tighten this up. Now I'm going to get my torque wrench and I'm going to torque this to 35 foot-pounds. So now we're going to take that clutch pedal master and snap it on. There we go. Take the electrical connector, bring it over, plug it in. Now all we have to do is go back out and under the hood and tighten this up. So this is the 13mm swivel socket. You got a top one and a bottom one. So now we're going to put the cert belt back on, and you're going to get a 3/8 ratchet or a cert belt tensioner tool. You're going to pull clockwise on that tensioner, get it lifted pretty good. Then grab your belt, and this is where it's important to make sure it goes on every pulley, and double check it after you put it on. So let's see, it needs to get centered on that AC. Perfect. Now I'm going to get my light and double check the rest of it. Perfect. Connect the negative terminal on the battery. That is a 5/16 or 8mm. Make sure it's all the way snug down. Get our socket or wrench and we will tighten it up. When only the best will do, demand TRQ. The only company that lets you view before you do. TRQ is committed to offering the highest quality aftermarket auto parts that are engineered for peace of mind. Thanks for using and viewing with TRQ.